Hello guys, welcome back. So in this today's lecture, we are going to see what is the meaning of protocol and why it is required in computer network. Then one more topic is the what do you mean by encapsulation as well as the decapsulation operation. Right. So if you don't understand what do you mean by protocol as well as the encapsulation and decapsulation operation, the next important we have the something called as the OSI model. So OSI model is a protocol which defines how one different type of manufacturer computer can be communicate with the another different company manufacturer, right? So one different manufacturer to the another different manufacturer, if you want to make the communication happily, then we need to follow some set of rules and regulation that can be explained by the OSI model. That is your first topic, right? So if you want to understand OSI model properly, there are two prerequisites are there. One is called as the what do you mean by protocol, another one is the what do you mean by encapsulation and decapsulation process. If you try to understand these two things, then the moment we are discussing the OSI model, then you can able to understand, right? So first we will see that what is the meaning of the protocol, right? So the definition of the protocol is that a set of rules that define how your network devices and network software should work. It means that it will give the guidelines or rules and regulations of your network device and software, how it should be operated, right? For example, see, if you don't understand this one, if some particular chief minister is coming of the particular state, now we need to obey something called as the protocol. It means that on that particular road or way, how many number of police constables should be there, what is the rules and regulation they have to obey, what is the rule should be obeyed by the public when CM convoy is coming on that particular road. We have some set of rules and regulations, right? That rules and regulation here we are calling as the protocol for CM, protocol for PM, something you might be heard, right? So that is what we called as the protocol. So what do you mean by protocol? A set of rules that defines how your network device and software should work. It means that we are going to study computer networking subjects, so everything is related in terms of the networking devices, right? Now see that why this protocol is required. It means why set of rules and regulations are required. Suppose for example, see, right, so I have something like this, right? So this is developed by the manufacturer called as the Dell system. This is something Apple, MacBook, whatever it may be. So this is developed by the Mac, this is developed by the Dell company, right? Now here they have implemented some own rules and regulations. It means that the rules and regulations will be bounded to the Dell company. The same rules and regulation does not, it means it should not use that same rules and regulation, right? So he also developed some kind of system by using some rules and regulations. Now what is the problem here is that the rules and regulation here will differ from the rules and regulations of the Dell manufacturing computers. Now what will be happen means, if you want to communicate with this device to this device, because both are the same manufacturer, right, we can able to perform the communication happily, right? Because those two systems are obeying the same rules and regulations, so we can happily communicate, no problem. But the question is that you might be having the requirement come up. What is that requirement is, somehow you need to communicate with the Dell system with the this Apple system. Now see that the rules is completely different here, here the rules are completely different here. Now what will be happen means, you cannot able to make the communication from the one different manufacturer to the another different manufacturer. The simple reason is that, so whatever the protocol he is obeying, the protocol which is not obeying by the Apple system, so it means that it cannot able to communicate. Now see that if the protocol whoever is using this Dell computer, if the same protocol using by Apple, then what will be happen, you can happily communicate from the Dell system to the Apple system, right? So this is why we require something called as the protocols and rules and regulation for the different manufacturer, so that you can able to happily communicate from the one different vendor to the another different, right? So these set of rules every manufacturer has to obey, so that they can happily communicate in the network, right? That is the reason we required the set of rules and regulation in the computer network device software. That is what we called as the protocol. Now what is the one more agenda of the today's topic? Encapsulation, decapsulation. So what is the meaning of encapsulation means, the process of adding the additional information when data is traveling in the OSI or TCP model. So if you don't understand, for example, see that I have something, I purchased one biryani, right? So I have purchased one biryani, right? So now this is my data. The biryani is nothing but my data, right? Now this is original information, right? Something biryani is my data or information. Now my friend called me and he told that, so you have purchased biryani. So along with that, what you will do is you will bring some Pepsi or Coke, whatever it may be. So now what I'm going to do, along with the biryani, I'm going to get the one more Coke, right? So it means that this is the additional information. This is what we call as the existing information. It means that if we add some extra information to this existing information, then it is called as the encapsulation operation. Let me come back. So what is the meaning of encapsulation? Means the process of adding the additional information to the existing information. So here what is the existing information? Biryani. So here what is the extra thing we are adding? Coke. So adding the extra information to the existing information we called as the encapsulation operation, right? So why I am giving this example means in the next class if you are discussing the OSI model, so here in application layer, presentation layer, session layer, the data will be prepared. The moment it is moving from the one layer to the next layer, so here it is going to add the extra information. This extra information to the original existing information is nothing but the data we called as the encapsulation. Simple thing. Encapsulation means adding the extra information to the original information. Now what is the meaning of decapsulation operation? Removing the extra information to the original information we called as the decapsulation. The reverse of the encapsulation we called as the decapsulation operation, right? If you try to understand these two things, then when we are going to discuss the OSI model, then that will be easy for you to understand, right? I hope you guys understand. Thank you very much.